nature, it is asymmetrical. Nothing in nature is perfectly aligned. So as a collective, though, it gives off that effect, the embodiment of persistence, the essence of natural nature. It could be a commercial I cut real quick. 12. And then, you're gonna get electric inside of nature. It's even thunderbolts, they crash to the ground because they're trying to find symmetry with the electron displacement in the clouds. That's the Zemo effect on steroids. No, but seriously, it probably is. And so that's what's going on with the atom, and you've got the inside of nature, and its persona is not eclipsed through the Zemo effect because it gains a stature of Ames. Back again, working with the environment, folks. Transition's good. I don't want to just turn the camera and talk with this stuff outside because that's better off. I see what's going on. In case stuff gets hot, I'll warn you ahead of time. Just watch my back, right? Backdrop, hashtag. We're gonna move on. When people say, oh, I don't know, an icebreaker is a constellation. Sagittarius, what are you, Virgo? And this is of an occurrence where they're talking about star alignments. And so if you didn't know, it's not that special. It's where when they say the moon is drawing far and near, actually the oceans all go oblong and then squeeze and compress outwards, depending as a collective on the gravity of the moon's pull. And that's why females are diverse. No, but in seriality, that's like a physical attribute versus the perception that your star alignments have a mood swing. One's literal, the other's virtual. But in all seriousness, it's more considerable if you note that the Earth, it has a moon moving further and further away from the Earth. This is because its orbit is off-centered. And then the sun, it's going to be expanding out further and further closer to the Earth because it's getting bigger, because it's dying. And so it's going to be going out far enough until it devours the Earth entirely. But these are so minute scales. It's just the definite position between us being inside of the Earth and in between the moon and the sun, where when you consider those two factors of one's grown closer, one's grown further, you connect that as a vector to the stars with their alignments, and now you've got a doubled, more accurate feature. This is what the Zemo effect capitalizes off of, not just looking at the atom, how it's got these cross eyes, these crossbars on the aimer from the atom. The Zemo effect is when the electrons, as a collective, go offline like a switch flipped off, and then online when the switch is flipped on from its surroundings and itself, canceling or operating. And if you go someplace on Earth, you're going to be going an hour that way is into the past, an hour the opposite way is into the future, and this is our literal time zones. And so that's another thing that's fantastic. Hey, we're going to see if you notice something different, and is it going to be more obvious when it is with, do you know what time it actually is? Hold on, folks. Yeah, I'm the slickest on the side of the road. Catch me with the fresh cut. Down for whatever, think you not. Boy, you is a half not. Make a joke or something. Come up looking each way. Make sure the elope's not from a, yo, check it. All right, so I've got an idea of a movie where there's like this puppet, right? And this puppet is able to move. And you were asked, how is this possible? Isn't this Pinocchio? Contrary-wise, it's more of like an antenna thing going on, where there's antennas inside of this puppet. They're attuned to almost how what a Zima effect is. And then, is he made out of wood or is he made out of a different material? Plasma. So there's like a plasma wood, and you know, who knows what that even means, but this guy's it. And so he's around the time of the why it works is the time where he's around is in the Black Age, the Dark Ages. And so he's in the turn of the Dark Ages, with this right after the Stone Age. You know, this is a giant blur back then because no one's recording history. And so between the Stone Age and the Dark Age, you know, he's just there. And it's at the turn of these two things into the medieval era, where he's the one to bring the medieval era because he's performing everything what a Renaissance would have. And if that's not a clearer sense, it's the misunderstanding of the Stone Age to the Dark Age is clarified through the medieval to the Renaissance. And so since this guy is ahead of his time, he's able to usher in the Stone Age or Dark Age into the medieval era simply by being the first gesture. And this guy, he wasn't trying to be funny, but it just so happens that the king found a favor in him. And it has to all do with him trying to make a blow dart, but it's with gum and it is on his shoe. Okay, and so everyone gets cracked up by this, and it so happens that he's the one where the king rallies in order to find a solidity within the kingdom's power. And this is before priesthoods came about. This is what they're built off of.